Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches tengan todos y sean bienvenidos a una nueva entrevista aquí en Cuero y Metal en Córdoba. Hoy tenemos como invitado especial a un gran referente del metal en el mundo. Estamos conectados con el multi-instrumentista noruego Morten Veland, ex Tristania, Sirenia, Mortemia y demás. Así que Morten, bienvenido a Cuero y Metal en Córdoba y muchas gracias por tu tiempo con nosotros.
It's my pleasure being here with you guys.
Antes de comenzar a hablar sobre el nuevo material de Mortemia en 11 años, quiero preguntarte cómo venís atravesando esta situación tan particular debido a la invasión del coronavirus en el mundo.
Yeah, it's definitely been a very strange situation for sure. And as musicians, you know, it's been really rough as well. You know, we haven't been able to play a concert now for almost 2 years, so it's a very strange thing. For me personally, the only good thing that came out of the pandemics was that I got a lot of extra time on my hands to do things that I didn't really have the time to do before, and this was also, you know, the thing that made it possible for me to do another Mortemia album.
Bien, ya vamos a sumergirnos en The Pandemonium Sessions, pero antes de eso déjeme felicitarte por la salida del nuevo álbum de Sirenia, que han hecho un gran trabajo también.
Oh, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Bien, 11 años han pasado ya de la pieza maestra titulada Misere Mortem. Más de una década después de aquel debut discográfico, ¿qué recuerdos tenés sobre él?
Yeah, it's a long time ago since I did the album. I remember it was a very fun project to work on, and I also remember doing a lot of promotion for that album. Napalm Records flew me down to Germany, and we did some studio listening session there, I remember, and there was a lot of press also there, and so it was yeah, you know, it was a good time doing that album, and for the most part I was also recording that album in Norway in my own studios. If I remember correctly, I only recorded the choirs in Soundsuite Studios in France. So yeah, it was, you know, fun project for me to work on, besides Sirenia as well. You know, Sirenia is, for me, you know, musically is more of a journey into the future, so to say, while Mortemia is kind of a project where I stay more in the past, so to say, musically. So for me, it's fantastic to have both Sirenia and Mortemia, you know, so I can use my creativity a little bit different for both of the projects.
Bien. Ya inmersos en el Pandemonium Sessions, lírica o musicalmente hablando, ¿qué diferencias podrá encontrar el público entre un trabajo y el otro, digamos?
You know, it's still kind of, you know, I mean, most of the music that I write, both for Sirenia and Mortemia, is kind of dark and melancholic. Also, the lyrics tend to go in that direction, and I think this new project, the Pandemonium Session, it's no exception. You know, I keep on continuing, you know, down that road with my lyrics, and so yeah, the lyrics are definitely still really dark on this album, maybe some of the darkest that I have done so far, and I think, you know, the whole pandemic situation and everything around it has, you know, kind of inspired a lot also with writing the lyrics for this album.
Bien, hace pocos días estrenaste el tercer single de este nuevo álbum. ¿Por qué entregarle a tus fanáticos un track por mes? ¿No fue suficiente espera a 11 años?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I was thinking, with this album, I wanted to try something, something totally different that I have not done before, and in these 11 years, a lot of things has changed, also with the music business and everything, and the internet, and the digital distribution is becoming more and more important, it seems. So for me, this was kind of like a test project, trying to do things differently. So it's a kind of an exciting experiment in many ways, and yeah, I'm having fun doing this, and I'll see what I've learned from this, when the album is finished, if this was a good way to do it, or whether it's better to stick with the regular formula, with maybe just releasing 1 or 2 singles and then putting out the album. Yeah, I'll just have to see, when this project is finished, and I'll see how it's done, if this was a good idea or if it was not a good idea to do in this certain way.
Bien. Si bien menciona que Internet hizo un cambio también, supongo que Internet ayudó mucho también para la realización de este trabajo, debido a cortar distancias, a eso me refiero.
Yes, absolutely. I think this project would not be possible if it weren't for the internet, and the possibility of sharing files and all that. I'm based here in Norway and working out of my own studio here, and while all my guest singers, they are working in studios in their home cities, and they're making the recordings there, and we're just staying in touch via the internet and communicating this way. And when they've done the recordings, they send the files back to me, and I implement it here in the project, and so put the song together in this way. So yeah, I mean, the internet has definitely opened up many new doors when it comes to collaborations and stuff like that, and also collaborating with other musicians which may live in a country far away. This is very easy with today's technology. So I think it's a very exciting time that we live in, and it definitely has opened a lot of new doors, for sure.
Totalmente. Bueno, comenzamos con The Enigmatic Sequel junto a Madeleine, siguió Death Turn a Blind Eye junto a Marcela, y hace una semana exactamente nos entregaste The Hour of Wrath con Alessia Scoletti en las voces. ¿Cómo fue la elección de los invitados en este nuevo álbum de Mortemia? Y preguntarte también si todas serán voces femeninas o tendremos alguna otra sorpresa más adelante.
Yeah, the process of choosing the singers have been really exciting, and it's kind of something that I had in the back of my mind during the whole process. So when I was working on the compositions for the songs, I always had in the back of my mind, thinking of which singer would fit with this song, and which one would be cool to have on this one, and so on. So I kind of made up my mind with, or at least came up with a lot of ideas about which singer I wanted for each song, and then it was really exciting, when the time come and I would start to contact the singers to see if they were available and interested in joining in on this project. So it has definitely been a really exciting and interesting journey so far. Yeah, as you mentioned, I released the 3 first songs now, and I have 2 more songs now that are almost done, and so I'm also, continuing to work with the songs. I mean, the basics of the songs are more or less there, but I still have a lot of work to do with the details, and also lyrics are remaining for some songs, and that kind of stuff. So it's a busy time ahead of me, and really interesting project to work on.
Bien. En este segundo disco también te encargas de tocar todos los instrumentos.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
A diferencia de Miserere Mortem, que se lo puede catalogar como death metal melódico, si me permite ese género, estas nuevas canciones se inclinan más hacia el metal sinfónico. ¿Quisiste ampliar el abanico musical de Mortemia en esta nueva etapa?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to try to do something different with this album. I still feel that there are similarities, of course, but I didn't want to do something exactly the same. So one of the things that I was thinking about was what would I do with the vocal concept, and on Miserere Mortem the vocals was mainly consisting of my extreme vocals and the choir, and due to the pandemic, recording the choir would be quite difficult for me this time. So I was thinking of maybe trying to do something different with this album, and with the circumstances being what they are, artists are not able to tour at the moment and so on. So I thought this could be a great idea, having a guest singer for each of the songs. And I think this is a kind of project that would might be very complicated to realize during normal circumstances, because under normal circumstances most of the artists are on tour, and it would be kind of difficult to make everything come together, but doing it during this pandemic might be a bigger possibility to make it happen, because most of the artists are not able to tour anyway, and they're probably staying home and working on other projects, and so I thought it would be like the perfect time to do an album like this.
Bien. Del anterior álbum nos quedó un excelente videoclip para la canción The One I Once Was, que ha pasado el 1.000.000 de reproducciones en YouTube. ¿Contaremos con algún videoclip para esta segunda etapa de Mortemia?
I'm a little bit unsure actually at this time. The videos are the productions are really expensive, and as I'm doing this second album independently without a label, it might be hard to finance it, but it's something that I will look into. Maybe I could find a way to do it, but for now I'm not really sure actually. It would certainly be very cool to do it, but I'm still a little bit unsure whether it will be possible or not.
Quiero felicitarte, Morten, porque apostar a lanzar un nuevo trabajo de manera completamente independiente, encargándote de la prensa, encargándote de la producción, encargándote de grabar, es claramente destacable en estos tiempos que corren, que es tan difícil para los músicos, así que vaya nuestras felicitaciones.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a very interesting project for sure, and also, with us being in the situation that we are, it gives me more time to be able to do things like this. if it was, again, normal circumstances, I would most likely be on tour with Sirenia at the moment, and it would not be possible for me to do it independently. So I would definitely have to team up with a record label or something to make it happen. So, I mean, almost everything with this album is kind of new to me, and it's like, testing out new things, and so it's really, really exciting project in so many ways, and so far I've been really enjoying it, so I'm looking forward to the continuation.
Para ir terminando, Morten, quiero agradecerte por tu tiempo con Cuero y Metal, y recordarte que seguramente, obviamente, han pasado muchos años de esto, pero esta es mi segunda entrevista con vos. La primera fue en la primera gira de Sirenia por Córdoba, que llegaron a tocar aquí en Casa Babylon Club, y tuve la oportunidad de entrevistarte, así que siempre es un placer poder conversar con vos.
Yeah, it was my pleasure being here tonight, and yeah, I remember very well the time we was in Cordoba, and I remember the concert and everything, and it was it's always a great pleasure for us to play in Argentina, and the fans are really wonderful, and we always have really enjoyed ourselves, so we really hope that we will be able to come back very soon, hopefully already next year or so, to make a new tour in Latin America.
Bien. Para finalizar, te invito, Morten, a que le dejes un mensaje a nuestra audiencia y a la gente que va a estar viendo esta entrevista, y que elijas una canción de estas tres que has lanzado del Pandemic para musicalizar el término de esta conversación.
Okay, I would like to say, cheers to all our fans in Argentina, and to stay safe out there. And we really hope to see you soon again on tour, and we're really looking forward to that, and we're going to do our best to be able to come back as soon as possible. And for the songs, we could do the two latest singles, Death Turns a Blind Eye and The Hour of Wrath.